Anthropic just signed a deal with Blackstone. So what does that mean? The biggest private equity firm is now partnered with the biggest and the most powerful AI lab in the world, which means the top consultants, the McKinsey, the BCG, Bain, they're getting squeezed by their own clients because their own clients, they now have access to AI which can do what a £400 an hour consultant can in 10 minutes for the cost of a coffee. And if the top of the food chain is getting squeezed, what do you think is going to happen to the rest of us? The web design agency, the content agency, the consultants, the sales coaches, the paid ads agencies. What do you think is going to happen to you, bro? The creative director, the client success manager. I'll tell you exactly what happens because I've already done it inside my business. So let me lay out what's actually happening. Not the LinkedIn post, the real version. For the last 15 years, 4 industries have eaten well. Consultants, web design agencies, paid ad agencies, and content agencies. You can throw in like sales coaches as well in there. But every founder reading this has been inside one of those 4 pillars, paid one of those 4 pillars, or built around one of those 4. They were the 4 pillars that small and medium businesses paid to stay alive every single month. And all 4 are being automated right now. Not next year, not next quarter, right now. And I'll walk you through every single one. 1. Consultants. The Anthropic Blackstone deal is just a signal, not the cause. Blackstone manages over $100 billion across thousands of portfolio companies. And what every single one of them gets now? They have an AI system that gets trained on their internal data. So they don't have to pay top tier consultants anymore. The top firms know it. That's why they're siding with Anthropic. Why do you think there's so many connectors on Claude? Why do you think Canva's connected? Why do you think Notion's connected? Like, actually think, why are there so many companies right now partnering with Claude? It's because they're trying to climb the wave before it drowns them. If the top firms are scared, the boutique consultants charging $4,000 a month should be scared. You should be terrified. 2. Web design agencies. Bro, inside my Obsidian, what I have is a full-scale end-to-end website management. So what that means is I say, yo, create a website for so-and-so. What it does is it's connected to the Netlify CLI. What that means is, if you guys don't know, Netlify, it hosts your websites. So Claude Code is connected to Claude Design. Claude Code and Claude Design work together to create an HTML file. And because it's connected to the Netlify CLI, it's already uploaded automatically. It's a live website within the matter of like 2 minutes. And a web design agency used to charge $3,000 to $5,000 a month for the same outcome, and I got it in like 2 minutes. The third one is content agency. What you'll see in a content agency is a writer, an editor, an account manager, and a designer. That's 4 people, 60 hours a week, producing maybe 4 to 5 pieces of content a week. And you know what I have in my Obsidian? I have a single command that scans every single DM that I have. It clusters that into an ICP language bank. So what that means is every single idea that comes up on my Notion feed, on my Notion content calendar, by the way, it's connected to my Notion. So every single idea is already proven. Why? Because my audience is already feeling that same pain point. It generates the script using the SOPs that I've given it, whether that be long form or short form. And if it's long form, I have clip markers, which means it gets clipped and posted onto Instagram. It gets published onto Notion for my content system. So I touch one button and the script is written, it's edited, it's proven. Paid ads agencies, you can connect Claude Code to Higgsfield. What that means is it can scan which ads are doing the best. You can create ads from the snap of your finger, and using data that that ad has given you, Claude Code can extrapolate that data and produce more and more of that same creative. So that's 4 industries, 4 pillars of the small business economy being eaten alive at the exact same time. So the people or the founders that are watching this, they're either going to lose a lot of money or they're gonna make a lot of money, depending on which side of the fence that you're on. Now, every video I make on AI, a Muslim brother is saying, how does this line up with the deen? Which is a fair question, and let me answer this properly. وَالْأَثْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي كُثْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. By time, indeed, mankind is lost, except for those who have believed and done righteous deeds, and advised each other to truth, and advised each other to patience. Allah swears by time, not by gold, not by power, because time is the one resource that you keep spending and you don't even know how much is in the bank account. Bro, no matter how rich you are, even if you're Elon Musk, even if you're Jeff Bezos, you can't buy a single minute back. Now, here's why this is the only frame for the AI conversation, because AI is not a resource tool, it is a time tool. Every command I've built, every automation I've built, it's giving me back time. To what? For? To spend more time with the things that truly matter. My deen, my family, and making a lot more money. The question Surah Al-Asr forces on every Muslim watching this is, what are you doing with your time? Because if AI gives you 20 hours back of your time, but you doom scroll, bro, you have not made any progress. You're just losing more efficiently. The consultants, agencies, the web designers, the ones that are losing to AI are not losing because they didn't learn the tools. They're losing because they've built their worth and value around the labor that they've produced. They built their entire identity around the labor that the tool has now absorbed. Their salary was their time was their salary. But what happens when the time disappears? so does the income. And here's the mistake that's costing every founders every single week. They think AI is a task tool. No, AI is for roles. So let me show you what I mean. Like in my business, there used to be a client success manager. There used to be an editor. There used to be a creative director. You know, real human roles mapped to real human responsibilities. I have removed almost all of them. And I've removed them not because the people weren't good, it's because the role itself stopped existing. The creative director role, the role where you look at your brand sheets, you look at your IGDMs, you think of, okay, what's the next best trend? All of that is already absorbed by a single command. Client success manager, the guy that is meant to send messages every single morning, follow up on clients that you think are gonna churn, and check up on deliverables and the 6-month tracker. That doesn't exist anymore because I have a command. It scans every client folder, surfaces overdue deliverables, and drafts the daily check-ins for me. And you can use 11 Labs to also automate your voice, meaning you can get AI to take your voice and send it automatically to them. Ideator role gone, script writer gone, editor gone, and I'm not exaggerating, bro. But let me just show you the stack because none of this works with me just, talking about it. So this is my entire knowledge base with Obsidian, and inside that I have Notion connected, I have Canva connected, I have file system connected, I have Google Calendar connected, I have Gmail connected. That means you can triage inboxes and emails as well. Claude can fully read and write to my Vault. Claude can fully send automated and personalized messages at scale. Claude can ship client websites and personalized at scale. Claude can create design assets on Canva at scale. Now stack that together, what you actually have is this. A Mac that wakes up at 6:30 in the morning, scans your DMs using Chrome automation, extracts the language that your audience is using, ranks it using the heat map, it feeds the top 3 into your script writing command, it drafts it into your specific frame. For me, I'm a Muslim, and publishes it in Notion under the right pillar tag, and it queues it for filming and sends you a briefing at 7:15 a.m. before you've even had your coffee. This is what's taking over. And on that note, I want to read you a paragraph from this book that I bought recently, The Courage to be Disliked. Yes, I have a young friend who dreams of becoming a novelist, but who never seems to be able to complete his work. According to him, his job keeps him too busy and he can never find enough time to write novels. And that's why he can't complete work and enter it for writing awards. But is that the real reason? No, it's actually that he wants to leave the possibility of I can do it if I try open. By not committing to anything, he doesn't want to expose his work to criticism, and he certainly doesn't want to face the reality that he might produce an inferior piece of writing and face rejection. He wants to live inside that realm of possibilities, where he can say that he could do it if he only had the time, or that he could write if he just had the proper environment, and that he really does have the talent for it. In another 5 or 10 years, he will probably start using other excuses like I'm not young anymore, or I've got a family to think about now. Tell me, who does that sound like? Does that sound like you? Does it sound like that one friend that keeps pushing back what he needs to do? Because I'll tell you what I'm trying to do with my time. I'm trying to put God first. I'm trying to put my family first. Because this money, this allo tracksuit, it's not gonna be in the grave with me. So when I tell you AI is going to take over, I'm not telling you that to panic. I'm telling you because you have an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm telling you because the technology is going to give you something the previous generation of Muslim entrepreneurs never had. Time without losing income. And what you do with that time is going to define whether you use this moment for your deen or for your dunya. Or, if Allah lets you, both. And if you want to see how I do it, I run a free webinar every 2 weeks. I'll see you guys in the next video.